Hi and welcome back to VR Puppet Builds. Today I'm gluing up the foam pieces for the head and the body for the baby puppets. So I'll just get some of these out of the way and show you just the one that I need to. Alright, so that's my body shape, that's my head shape, and this shape here goes inside the head above the top mouthpiece, but you'll see that once I okay, on these pieces I need to add glue along this top section in these little pleats and down to here. So I'm just using the contact adhesive, and remember when you're using this, do it in a ventilated place. Outside is preferable. I'm just going to do one and then I will take the rest outside to do, because it can get quite smelly and the fumes aren't good for you. And then on the body part, I put the glue on the two V's and then on either end. Now I've just got, you might see on all my pieces I've got a B for baby on here, because I've got quite a few cut up already. Like I buy the foam in a big long sheet and cut out all the pieces and then just store them. So I'm just going to let them get tacky and then I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, so the glue is tacky to touch. Now with the head, you need to join these little pleats first. Make sure you give the foam a little squeeze because it bonds it together really well. And then that one. And we're going to glue it all the way down. So we join that there and just push it together as you go. Okay, and that's your head. Oh, now we've got to put the mouthpiece in here, but I'll glue this one up first. So we're going to glue one shoulder. And the other shoulder. And then bring the pieces together, the end pieces. So just check it all, because sometimes if the glue is just not quite dry enough, it can just come apart again. Just check that that's all stuck. So that's the body. And I'll just check this head piece. Okay, so this little piece here goes inside the top of the head. Remember when I said that the head piece here, you didn't have to have a little strap across your fingers to work the mouth? Well, this is what will actually sit on top of your fingers. Okay, it'll be this foam piece here, and it sits up inside the head, and that eliminates that need to put a strap over the top of that mouth there. So we need to get that in the middle. So I'm just going to grab a texture and put a couple of little marks either side there, and now we need to put some of that contact adhesive all around the edge of this here, and inside here where we've marked either side, but inside the head. Okay, so that one's tacky to touch, and we're just going to glue that into the head. So it'll become the top plate of the mouth, this little section here. Okay, so we have our head piece. Okay, and that's where your hand will sit. And we have our body. Okay, so you've just seen me glue all the foam together. Now we're just going to attach the head onto the body. Now the easiest way to do that, because you don't want the head sewn on back to front or something like that, is to lay all the puppet down. Okay, and lay the head down in the right direction, and then put your hand up inside the body and then grab hold of that neck there and just bring it inside the opening like that. Hold on to both those seams there and then turn it inside out. Alright, and then you've got your head or your neck sticking out of that hole there. So then you need to just pin it up. So line up both the seams on the edge of the neck. There's my pins. And make sure your pins are going downwards, so the head of the pin is sticking up next to the seam, otherwise you'll get pricked really bad when you sew it up, because it's only a little opening. And remember, I'm making baby puppets, so it's a smaller opening than I normally would have to deal with. Where'd that pin go? In there. So I pin the two seams together, and then the neck on my pattern here tends to be a little bit more material than the actual head opening on the top of the shoulders. So all I do is put a couple of little pleats in it. So just put some pins along that. And then the other side, you've got a back seam here, and I just measure that, just eyeball it into the middle, and then put a couple of little pleats in the material that's left there. And then we're going to put this on the sewing machine and go around that opening here twice, just to give that some extra strength, because that neck seam, you're going to be putting your hand in and out of the puppet all the time, and that will get the most stress on that seam. Now it's probably a little bit hard to see on camera the way that I'm sewing it. My arm's going to probably be in the way, but I'm going to go around that twice and just take the pin out before you get to it, and yeah, it should be good to go then. Alright, and I've finished the last bit of sewing on these puppets. Hallelujah. Okay, turn it in the right way, and there you have your whole skin for your baby all sewn up. Alright, so I'll show you next how to put the head foam in and the body foam. Okay, so we've got the last main step in putting this puppet together, and I'm going to show you how I put the head foam inside this baby puppet. Now, what I do is just crimp up the foam, and I just take note where the back is. That's going to be there in my hand, because I want to just remember that as I put it up inside the puppet. I want to get this section here into this area here in the head. So just taking note where I've got that back seam, I'm just going to squash all that up, pop it up inside of the puppet, go through that neck area, which can be tight on the baby puppet. Okay, and then release that inside the head, and then just start pushing the foam out and around. Wow, that one went in easy. Some of these can just get really frustrating, and I often get Dave to do them. Alright, so just stretch out the material, check it all. Now if there's an x-ray in here and you can see my hand, my fingers are in this space here and under the chin, okay, which I showed you earlier. They will sit under that pad in the bottom of the head. Alright, so that's good. The head's in. That's looking good. And then we've just got the body to put in, which isn't that hard. So I've got the seam then at the back, and I'm just going to fold that in half too. and pop that inside. Okay, then with the sock, we're just going to take that and tuck it up inside. And that's just going to cover all that foam. It gives it a nice feel. Makes the puppet feel a little bit more professional as well. So I don't attach this sock to anything because the foam tends to grip onto that material. So all I do is push it up inside as far as it'll go. And then that way, you know, if the foam gets out of place or something, you can just readjust it. Okay, so you can see my label in there. I'll put it up the right way. And that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for my next video. I'll show you how I put the eyes, the nose, the hair on, and we'll dress the baby and they'll be all done. Okay, so see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye.